Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario Galaxy. At the end of the last bonus episode, we finished getting the rest of the Comet Stars in the bedroom, and in this bonus episode, we are going to continue on in the engine room in the garden, and this time we are getting things started at Seaslide Galaxy. Looks like we have a purple comet in orbit, and we are taking on the purple coins by the seaside. So this is the final star at Seaslide Galaxy. As you can see, it is of course the purple coins. So we have a lot of purple coins to collect. Of course, we have our 100. This one I remember in particular being quite long because they're spread out pretty far. If you need help collecting all those purple coins, I've got the Toad Brigade. All right. So apparently the Toad Brigade is actually here to help. So they are actually going to become useful in this galaxy, somewhat for the most part. But for now, we're going to focus on platforming over these clouds, and as you can see, we are going to be utilizing the B transformation for Mario in this particular mission, because of course we have to navigate we have to focus on platforming across these clouds that have purple coins on them. Again, for the most part, this is pretty easy. There is no timer. So that is really nice. This could have been a really pain in the butt if they did, of course, make it timed, but it is not a timed mission. So we're simply just kind of taking our time, exploring Seaslide. And again, I love the fact that they give you the ability to just kind of freely explore a lot of these galaxies that have the purple coin missions. This one, like I said, takes a little bit of time because not only do we have to get all these purple coins on this little linear path here all the way to that, well, essentially all the way to this land right here where that cannon was, but also all the way to the lighthouse. But we also have to go the other direction. So we have to essentially circle around this entire galaxy. So we're going around the entire Seaslide, mostly as B Mario. That way we can kind of gain some more height in our jumps. Of course, we have the ability to fly since we're a B. And of course, the Toad Brigade is here to kind of help us out as well. Looks like we have conveniently 3 purple coins on top of the star shroom there, so that's nice. We'll go ahead and grab those. And as you can see, yeah, they're pretty much spread out all over the galaxy. But yeah, like I said, it's going to be pretty much going into like a circular motion, where we're pretty much going to be exploring every inch of this galaxy to get every purple coin that we need. Yeah, unfortunately we cannot hit the question mark block as B Mario, which I think is kind of crazy, but you know what? I didn't make the rules, so... but yeah, for now, we just want to focus on not falling off these clouds and making sure that we collect all of our purple coins. Yeah, not really much to say about this mission. It's just kind of going from point A to point B and just making sure we do not fall off and die, because of course that would not be good. We don't want to have to restart our entire count all over again. But I have to say, if I made it through the Toy Time Galaxy purple coin mission, even though it took me like 3 different attempts, this one really isn't that bad at all. And again, I love exploring the different galaxies. I'm kind of repeating myself, that have these purple coin missions. I love it. This is probably not one of my favorite galaxies to explore. I definitely much preferred exploring around like, you know, Honey Hive Galaxy and maybe like Beach Bowl Galaxy. I thought those were a little bit more fun to explore, and also Freeze Flame. I have to say, I love the fact that they give you that the ability to essentially scale around that giant snowy mountain. I just love that. Like that whole like snowy summit area is just beautiful. And I have to say, I'm a sucker for like snowy levels in games. I don't know why they always stand out as my favorite. I don't know if it's because I love Christmas time or what it is, but those are just always my preferred level design. But for the most part, we're still having fun. We're enjoying ourselves, so it's really not that big a deal. As you can see, there's more star shrooms out there in the distance. We have a blue one, which I don't think we've seen the blue star shroom. We've seen the green one, and of course the red one is the more commonly seen star shroom in the game. But I love how they show you all the different colored star shrooms. So the Toad Brigade is a lot larger than they appear initially. We get to go ahead and jump on the top of this lighthouse type building, I guess, and get some purple coins up here, and we get a nice view of the galaxy from up here, so that's kind of nice. But yeah, I guess the Toad Brigade is a lot more, they're a lot larger in scale than we ever thought. They have a whole squad of star shrooms, and of course we have a lot of different toads that appear, you know, in and out of the game. That's kind of cool. But for now, we're going to focus on going back into the water. So it looks like we have some purple coins that are kind of hard to reach with B Mario. So we're just going to go ahead and temporarily return back to regular form. And go ahead and jump off of these walls. That way we can get these purple coins. And it looks like we're already halfway done. So still a lot left to do, a lot left to collect, of course. But we're going to make our way, you know, inch by inch to do that. But I think we are good in this little section here. I don't know if I missed any over here in the clouds. I'm going to double check here. But I think we pretty much need B Mario to continue. Alright, so now that I have B Mario again, I'm going to go ahead and make my way across these clouds because we actually have to head over in this direction. Over in this direction where the blue and yellow star shrooms are. And again, I don't think we've seen these star shrooms before, so kind of cool that they kind of added these extra star shrooms. Now we have Purple Toad. There are no purple coins in the ocean, so it looks like he is the, of course, he's the, you know, grade 1 or whatever the heck, snorkeling certified expert, so I'm glad that they went ahead and searched the ocean for us. That way we do not have to waste our time in the water. And that's something I actually do love that they did is, unlike Beach Bowl, which I think they only included like 5 purple coins underwater in Beach Bowl. In Sea Slide Galaxy, there are no coins that are underwater, so we don't have to worry about that, thankfully. Doesn't look like there are any purple coins on that island in the middle, so we don't have to worry about that island in the middle either. So yeah, so I love how the toads are kind of there to kind of let you know what direction you need to go, where not to look, where to look, things like that. It's not really like, you know, an in-depth, you know, they don't really give you like specific hints or anything, but it's just kind of nice where they're essentially just kind of let you know, hey, you know, don't even worry about going underwater, things like that. Because of course, you know, especially if you're like a new player, you've never done this mission before, going underwater, wasting your time, you know, that's just something that can essentially, you know, waste a lot of time, even though you're not timed, but, you know, still want to kind of get through this as fast as we possibly can because we're only 7 stars away from our 120, and I'm just ready to get this thing. I'm ready to get there, man. Like I know I'm as much as I mean, I shouldn't say that because I do love this game and it's so fun and enjoy. I'm really enjoying myself by playing this game. I have to say, I've mentioned this before, but this is one of my best playthroughs of this game in my opinion. Like Green Toad is scared of heights, so I don't know why he's on the top of the star shroom up in the air. The guy is crazy. I don't know why he's doing that stuff. But we're gonna make our way over to this little stone platform over here. We've seen this before. Of course, the first time we visited Sea Slide, we busted that thing open and there was a big water trail that led us to that middle planet, but of course we do not have to go over there now, so we have no use for that. Now we want to do, what we want to do is actually get on this cloud up here, if I can make it up here. Thank goodness. And now we are exploring the branches of this giant tree that we've seen before. I think it was funny because the first time I was here, I forgot that you can actually land on these branches right here, so... I remember struggling in my first time visiting this galaxy, especially on even on this like current Let's Play. Like I remember forgetting the fact that you can actually you jump on those branches, which is something I don't think, I have to say that I think that's not like an obvious thing, and maybe it's just me, but I never really, and I think when I played the game the first time, like I said, I think I had the same type of issue where I just didn't understand the you could just do that and make life a lot easier. I always make things way more complicated than they should be, but that's just kind of what I do. I don't always intend to, it just kind of ends up that way. But now we are at 82, so we're going to go ahead and wrap things up by collecting the final 18 purple coins here, and it looks like the majority of them are on top of the clouds, so that makes things a lot easier. I love being on top of the clouds. Definitely something that is pretty cool because we get a nice little view of the galaxy, and I just like being high up in this game. I don't know what it is. Like, I'm normally afraid of heights, even in video games, but in this game, especially, I mean, the fact that, you know, it takes place obviously in outer space, it's just so cool. Like, how many different types of views you can see from, like, you know, high places, especially as B Mario. We essentially have, like, you know, every possibility of being up high and, you know, essentially sightsee, you know, getting a nice view of everything around us. It's just so nice to take it all in and just enjoy all the detail that went into this game. I love it. But now it looks like we are down to our final 4 purple coins. I can't believe it went that fast already. Normally it takes me a long time. I mean, we've been in this galaxy for quite some time already, but I feel like I usually take a lot longer here for some reason, because I remember just struggling to get on top of these clouds for some reason, and then this particular playthrough I'm not really struggling that bad, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just improving at the game and I just sucked the whole time and I'm finally getting good at it. I don't know. Maybe that's a possibility. It could be, but for now we're just going to focus on getting these last 4 purple coins. There's 3 right there. We have 1 more down here and that will do it. Simple as that. There's our power star. And of course we're going to throw it all the way over there on top of that dang lighthouse. So let's go make our way back over there to collect our power star. Nice little view of that, nice little view of the giant sea slide before we go. Just got to take it all in. And into the water we go. Come on, you can swim, Mario. You can do this. Swim for me. All right, finally. I mean, that took forever. That's probably I think that's the part I remember being the longest, is getting the heck over to your freaking power star, man. They should just give it right to us. Put it in our hands. We earned it. But anyways, enough of me crying and complaining. I'm going to go ahead and collect this thing as B Mario. Because what better way to collect the next power star than in true B Mario style. Very nice. Alright, so moving right along in the garden, we're going to go ahead and take on another speedy comet in Dreadnought Galaxy. Speedy comet in orbit. And this time is going to be the Top Man Tribe speed run. So it looks like we are taking on this mission once again. I think we just did this in a Daredevil run, but now it's time to do it in a speed run, because what better way to essentially prove our skills in this game than being timed 6 minutes to go through this entire mission again. So they do give you 6 minutes, and I can't remember how long exactly this one is to get through, but I'm pretty sure it takes a little bit of time knowing that they give you that much amount of time in the clock. So we're going to see how fast we can do this. This one, from what I remember, isn't really that difficult. And of course, we've done this before many times, this mission in particular. So I don't really expect to have many issues with this one. Of course, we just want to go ahead and free our friend, the Luma, that is trapped in this little container, like he was the first time, of course. Thank you. In return, let me create a shortcut for you. I'm going to transform. And he gives us a sling star. Very nice. We'll go ahead and take that all the way up to this little area up here. And we're going to hit our switch like we did before. And now we have to collect our blue star chip. So yeah, the speedruns in this game, I feel like are... I don't know. I feel like a lot of the Comet Stars are pretty simple for the most part. Like, I mean, we're already, 6 stars away from the final star. So it really isn't that big a deal. I think the only challenging ones were like some of the purple coin missions that are timed can be kind of challenging. Of course, the toy time one is, in my opinion, the hardest mission of the entire game. I could be over exaggerating that for all the experts out there that are they're essentially so skilled at this game that they don't have to even worry about any of the missions. But in my opinion, I think that most of these comets are, other than that one in toy time, of course, and maybe a couple other ones that are timed that I can't think of that I've already done already, can be kind of challenging. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, there is a purple coin mission coming up in this particular galaxy that we will be coming back to very soon, because I think it's going to show up soon since we're getting down to the nitty gritty. But now we're going to go ahead and navigate through this little area here, because we have to do so to get through the next section. Of course, we have to avoid all these freaking cannonballs. There's a bunch of spiky balls. Man, they just really set us up for disaster here. And this is a lovely little... Oh, I love this. Yeah, this is my least favorite. Oh, okay, here we go. Taking a beating. I hate this. All right, try this again. I just wish they would have put a third pole star right behind it. I don't know why they didn't. I know I'm making it harder than it is. I don't care. It's stupid. And I'm dead. And I'm dead. I'm dead for saying this, I guess. For complaining. Try this again. We have 1.5 minutes on the clock, and now I remember why they gave you so much time, because I feel like they do it intentionally for this specific part right here, because it's such a pain. But we finally got over there, and I freaking cannot believe I finally got into that pain. I don't know why they don't just put a third pole star. I'm probably sounding like a crazy person for complaining about that so much, but am I the only one that really, am I the only one that really thinks that a third pole star is like would have been, I don't know, a little necessary in that particular location. I don't know. We've got through it. We're moving on. We lost our extra life shroom, but it's okay. I'm getting over it. I have less than a minute left. I need to hurry my butt up over to that launch star so we can get this thing finished, and I'm getting my butt electrocuted left and right. I can't believe it. But now we're going to go ahead and make our way over here, and we will launch ourselves over to our final destination, where our good friend, the Top Man, or our good friends, the Top Man tribe, are located. Get these freaking spiky Top Men out of my way, because I am ready to get to the final showdown with our good rival Top Maniac. And here he is once again. I believe this is the final face-off with this guy, so let's go ahead and show him who's boss, as if he's not taken enough beatings from us. Of course, we're going to go ahead and do the same rodeo like before. Hit him into the, or spin attack him into the lasers 3 different times. And with 5 seconds on the clock, that is it. Look at that. Talk about being down to the wire, man. I'm really making these final stars very epic. Moving right along, it looks like we have another cosmic comet in orbit. And this time it's at Gold Leaf Galaxy, and we are taking on the Cosmic Mario Forest Race. It looks like our cosmic counterpart has followed us all the way to Gold Leaf Galaxy, so it's time to put him in his place once and for all at another race in Gold Leaf. Here he is, the little devil. You can't really hate on this guy though. He's just kind of like, I don't know, he's just kind of awesome. Even though he's essentially a cosmic clone of ourselves, that's okay. But we're gonna go ahead and show him who is the true Mario in this particular race, because we know this galaxy up and down, and this time we want to make sure, of course, we follow the arrows like we didn't do back at Sea Slide. But I think this time he does move a little bit quicker, and he's a lot more agile in this one, I feel like. And it looks like he's actually pretty close to our, you know, we're pretty much neck and neck, except we can kind of cheat this one a little bit because they give you a lot of opportunities for long jumping. We're going to wait on him to slowly get his butt over here before we go ahead and rub it in his face that we are the winner. Very nice. It looks like we have officially completed every galaxy at 100% in the engine room. I love it. Moving on to Melty Molten Galaxy, it is time to take on the first Comet Star here. And it is a Daredevil Comet, so it is now time to take on the Lava Spire Daredevil Run. Get excited. We've been here before, of course, so it looks like we are doing a little bit of an extra run here. So yes, we have 1 hit to get through this entire mission. This can be challenging, but for the most part, it is pretty simple. Your main worry is essentially avoiding those, of course, hot, steamy things that come out of the ground. That's pretty much going to be your main enemy, because the little cinders don't really move that fast to really be annoying. Like, I never really took those guys serious. I never really took those guys seriously just because of how slow they move, and they're very easy to attack and avoid. You can literally just jump over their freaking heads and you really don't have to worry about them. It's mainly these, like I said, these hot steamy things that come out of the ground. Probably the more painful things and probably the more annoying things to avoid in this galaxy, especially with 1 hit. So, and of course you don't want to fall into the lava. That's an instant death. So don't know why I have to say that, but for some reason I thought it was necessary. But now we're going to go ahead and take this Sling Star over to this Sling Star, which takes us over to this launch star that sits above the volcano that we all know and love. Nice little explosion once again. We always love seeing that. I just love that. That never gets old. I'm sorry. Just having that backdrop in the background as Mario's gliding off of that launch star and just seeing the volcano erupt. It just never gets old. I'm sorry. It's beautiful. It's amazing. And again, another reason why this game is superior. Now we want to focus on avoiding these fireballs. Again, these things move pretty slow, so not really anything challenging here. Of course, if you kind of go through it too quickly, it's very easy to mess up there. So we're just going to take it nice and slow, nice and steady. Don't miss our launch star. They at least give us one behind, or they at least give us a pole star located right behind that one. So I don't know why I'm acting like that's a challenge. But now we're going to go ahead and launch our way through the lava. I love it. I love how our one hit life that's, you know, highlighted in red kind of matches the color of the lava. I love that. It just makes it even more intense. But anyways, it is now time to collect our 5 star chips in this little melted planet here. We want to go ahead and do that. Of course, this is the part where death can be pretty hard to avoid because, of course, the star chips are surrounded by all these hot, steamy things. And on top of that, we have to deal with the little cinders as well. So a lot of chances to mess up here, but if you take it a little bit slower, it's very doable, very possible. But again, if you go through this pretty quick and try to speed run it, there's a lot more opportunities for mess ups. So, but it looks like we went ahead and collected all 5 star chips pretty easily. So we're gonna go ahead and take our launch star out of here without getting hit by these guys. Get away from me. I love how I was just talking about how those guys are so easy to avoid and they're like nothing to take serious, and I'm nearly dying by like getting touched by one. That sounded wrong. But anyways, we are now at the final location. So we're gonna go ahead and make our way over these falling platforms once again. And we have officially arrived at the lava spire. Very nice. Of course, we're going to have our little dramatic scene where the lava essentially starts rising and essentially everything falls apart, because what would a galaxy be without a little bit of dramatic scenery? So we are going to go ahead and make this the joke, or we're going to go ahead and get through this like the joke that it is. And again, I think this is I love how they make this little dramatic scenery in some of these missions, but again, I feel like there's a lot of lost tensions because of how slow the lava rises. Like, I've played this part so many times, I have never once been scared of ever like falling into the lava or it getting too high to where I can't like reach this the power star. Like, I've never had a problem with this. Like, even like my first time playing this, I just remember this being like, wow, like that's how slow it moves. But anyways, enough of my rambling. We're going to go ahead and make our way to the top of this thing. That way we can collect our next power star. Because we are hungry for power stars. Starving, practically. Come on. Go ahead and see if we can not fail at this. I love how I'm talking about how easy all this stuff is. And I'm acting like, and I'm playing like I'm doing it for the first time. Now that we have broken open that crystal, we will collect our power star. We'll just wait for this lava to rise. Why not? We have time. We can sit here. We're good. Look, it's I don't think does it even continue? Okay, I guess it is still rising. Does it even get close? What? We're just gonna grab our prize. What am I doing? Not fooling around. Next up on the list is another purple comet star, and it is located at Dreadnought Galaxy. Battle Stations, purple coins. Here it is. This is the mission I think a lot of people dread. And I have to say, this is really not that bad. Not as bad as it seems. This can be considered one of the harder purple coin missions in the game, but I really don't think it is. I think it's just a matter of patience and coordination with this, because for the most part, I have died. I will say I have died several times in this mission. I'm not going to lie and say it's like one of the easiest things to do, but I'm not going to say it's one of the hardest ones out there. I really don't. I am going to put it out there, and I will die on the hill that the Toy Time Galaxy purple coin mission is much more difficult than this one at Dreadnought. Of course, we actually did something very similar to this back at Battle Rock Galaxy. So it's essentially that mission, but extended to where, of course, you still have 100 purple coins to collect, but the path that you're on this moving platform is a lot longer, and some of the coin placements can be kind of dickish in a way where like you can mess up pretty easily if you don't know the pattern. However, I fortunately did play through this mission not too long before recording this. I'd say like maybe like a month ago. But so I kind of have the pattern down for this, so I've kind of done a little bit of practice, you know, I guess you could say. Of course, I'm going to be recording this and posting this on YouTube. Probably a good idea that I did that. But now, as you can see, we are now essentially playing with the different gravity directions in this. So this is how it differs. I mean, of course, we did that before in Battle Rock, but it was mainly just kind of going from up and down. Now we're going from like side to side and up and down. So I think that can throw a lot of people off, but for the most part, wow, that was close. Other than having those cannonballs knock you off, I think the biggest issue is... Oh, crap. I almost missed that one. Oh, wow. Okay. Of course, I die right when I get towards the end. I love that. All right. So this time, we are going to try to avoid those cannonballs. And, wow. I'm going right up to the sky. Very nice. Like I said, this mission isn't that complicated, even though I've died 2 times, 3 times. Nice. Anyways, we're gonna try to get this without failing, and oh no, I don't think I'm gonna. Can I save this? Wait, can I save this? No, purple coin. No purple coin left behind. No purple coin left behind. It's over. Try this again. We can do this. I gave myself a lot of motivational speeches in the last few attempts. Okay, no, we can't do it. Ground pound up to the sky, Mario. Just do it. Go ahead and take this extra life shroom, even though we're not going to need it. So yeah, so we are going to go ahead and try this once again. I'm sure why I didn't cut this out, even though I cut out the other parts. And I'm going to go ahead and show you what a flawless run looks like right here. This is going to be the run of the century. Here it is. I'm not even going to cut any of this out. I'm just going to show you exactly from... I have to prove myself. I have to show that I can do this mission without cutting it out, editing it up to make it look like I was like a rock star. I want people on YouTube to see me play this from start to finish without dying. I want it to happen. I have no life anyway, so what else do I have to do? Gosh. I have to say, that time jump where you essentially have to wall jump off of that thwomp and then spin on top of them. I don't care that my batteries are low, okay? Leave me alone. That jump on that thwomp took me quite a few times to kind of master that. It does take a particular... does take a lot of coordination to do that and kind of the right timing, but again, once you practice the rhythms of this mission and you kind of get, you know, kind of the solid idea of kind of how the movements need to go, it gets a lot easier. That's what I mean. I think what makes this mission so hard is like people that are playing it for the first time ever, or like are just kind of like rage quitting after like a couple attempts, and they're not really going through and trying to really practice the movements and the rhythms. I think that's really the main strategy, especially and I have to say, not just for this mission, but for really most of the missions in this game. There's just a lot of rhythm that you have to kind of study. And once you kind of get the patterns, and I think we're going to get this, we're finally at the end of it. Once you get the patterns down, it gets a lot easier because you know exactly what's coming, you know what to expect, you know what movements to do, what not to do, when to jump, when not to jump, when to, you know, all that good stuff. And it just gets a lot easier. You know, I just got zapped by that freaking laser. But we are at the end now. You want to make sure you go over to that left spring vault first to get those other purple coins. Otherwise, you will not complete this mission. Because once you get to the point where I'm at now, you're screwed. You cannot get the rest of those coins. But it looks like Guillermo is excited for us. We're going ahead and use him with our star bits because he freaking put us through so much hell with this mission. I don't care. Let's go ahead and take our power star and just move on and get the hell out of here. But that is actually going to do it for this bonus episode. So next time on Let's Play Super Mario Galaxy, as you can see, we are at 118 power stars. So next time, we will be finishing the entire game by collecting the last 2 power stars. Until then, I will see you later.